Umbo I Ima. Haku Amasa. Hombre. Omba Boyaba. Uko Oba. Isumo. Okibiya. Akuzuku. Mitsumo Animo. Kile Aba. Yabo.
We will grow stronger and more powerful than any machine the Albs can use against us. But not only does it give us strength, it turns barren, stony soil into fertile earth, letting the world blossom again. We are the brotherhood of warriors and magic.
Now, as Alb forces prepare their final assault, Jax, renowned Alb commander, is sent on a solo mission. One Alb, selected to change the fate of Magalan.
Privilege. Yours has been revoked. You seek to earn it back. Then prove your worth. Lest your adversaries prove theirs first. Your burning pyre is your only hope. Don't let them snuff it out. Now go forth in glory, or be banished here forever.
The combat deck is the list of attacks that a prospect can use when fighting. These attacks are divided between 4 different stances, which represent the prospect's orientation relative to their target. In each stance, different attacks are available. Some attacks will naturally flow from one stance to another. To give more possibilities, new attacks can be unlocked by fighting against any kind of opponent, from the newest prospect to the strongest Absolver. Besides this, prospects can learn other combat styles by choosing a mentor and staying loyal to him or her. Prospects can choose mentors as they meet in the world. Through their loyalty, prospects can learn additional combat styles and use their mentor's combat deck.